You're listening to Edge Radio TV. The views and opinions expressed in this program are that of the hosts or guests, and not the Edge Radio Network or its advertisers or affiliates.
Hello and TGIF. Welcome to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network. I'm your host, Nicole Giddens, health and fitness expert and founder of Halo PR. I have my co-host here, Elle Brooke White,
Hello.
entrepreneur extraordinaire, and she owns a couple of things herself. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about it?
More of my company?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't own my real estate company, but I am a realtor.
Your real estate services.
There you go. And then a notary business, yes.
So hit her up. Where can they find you?
Facebook, Brooke White.
There you go. Easiest way to find her. Or you can watch her TikToks. Which
Oh, I'm on TikTok too.
We have a guest here today, Maria Cummings. You were known as the Barefoot CEO for quite some time with your Maria transformations. And I want you to really brush upon that for a little bit with your success and what you did. And where did you get that nickname from?
Well, Transformations by Maria started 36 years ago here in Houston, and I'm an image consultant, and so I was a designer and worked with Calvin Klein, etc. So we reproduced from a picture. I went on to doing individuals, basically custom jewelry. I'm a full service. Then in 2005, when the floods came, I became a luxury. So all of a sudden, through my clients' needs, you know, they said, hey, can you gut the house? Can you remodel? Can you do this? And I said, sure. So the business changed to doing upgrades and changing, and I got out of custom clothing because I used to sew for all the fabric stores. And I said, you know what, I can show you how to tailor your item and how to shop and get an Armani with the right tailoring. So I still do that. But as I was doing it, there was a lot of waste. You know, we lose weight, gain weight, kids open their toys, you remodel and the chair's still good. What do we do with these items?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I happened to be in a client's home, and it just hit me, and I had to excuse myself and go to the bathroom. And I thought, you know, there's so much waste, and there are so many people that need items, and we have low income, and children don't get shoes,
Very
and
true.
so forth. So I said, Lord, I just need to change this. Somehow we need to change this. And so then I started collecting items from all my clients and went into my garage and into my home and into storage, not knowing what I was going to do. And I can honestly say it will be a book because it came through vision. And it all came through vision. I didn't know. I just wanted to save it, but I didn't know what I was doing. And for a year, for 3 days, I would go to my bed. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't drink. And I would vessel. And when I came out, I knew my homework. And so everybody was saying, how can I help you? What can I do? And I said, I don't even know. I only know my homework, right? And my family was on board, but didn't understand. My husband has cancer. So he was very worried about me. And so we filed for a 501(c)(3).
Yeah.
And as we did the 501(c)(3), I just kind of died inside. I didn't want to help another person. I didn't want to do anything. And all of a sudden I heard, you know about a business, get up and rise and open as a business. So I went back to Esh. I went to a lawyer, everything, and the Better Business Bureau. And I said, look, I want to tear down the articles. I want to rise as an LLC. I want to be the first charity that is for profit, that runs 100% nonprofit, be totally transparent so that you know where your dollar goes, your item goes. We know every donor, every receiver.
Right.
And it happened. It cost a lot of money because a lot said we couldn't do this.
Yeah.
We weren't doing anything wrong. And I'm shaking right now because this is my passion. What is to life in a world of negativity?
Yeah.
And I didn't want, and the banner came, Amazing Grace Charities, as I was driving the car. And I thought, what is that? So I called my marketer and I said, can you look this name up? And she called me back and she says, it's taken. I said, it's IES, not Y''S. Check it again. She says, it's open. I said, buy.org, .net, .com, buy them all.
Love her.
I don't know where I'm going with
Just buy
this.
it. I want it all.
Oh, I just didn't know. I was trusted in the visions. And I hope to have a book sometime. But the thing is that I did resale. I did drop-offs to other charities.
Right.
But I felt an empty. Where is my money going? Where is my clothes going? And we did help charities and set them up. And then I would see them in my clothes. And I go, wait a minute, that was supposed to go to domestic violence.
Right.
And they go, well, we're part of the team. And no, you have a paycheck. I am not a paid CEO. My husband and I took our inheritance and we opened this charity in the middle of his treatments.
Wow.
We wanted to have a charity that spoke for those that were low income, domestic violence, wherever there was a true need. And the only way you can do that is to create it yourself. And so now with the election, just with everything in the turbulence in this world, people have found us because they find a calm, a self-placement.
Yeah.
We work with children. It's just the whole thing, the whole charity just operates because of your voice and your voice. Yeah. And so what we do is we call them angels on assignment. I might be, and there's only 2 to my charity. A lot of people think we're a big charity. Matthew runs AGC Boutique in Bel Air.
And that's your son?
No, I've known him for over 15 years.
Okay.
And so he runs the boutique. So all the items that are dropped off, we sort everything. And then the A quality goes there because that's the only funding we have. And then the money goes to Mission, our charity. But any items that are left behind, then they'll go to the families, to Texas Children's Hospital, to Medical Bridge, to wherever. I don't want landfill. Right. I don't want it sitting somewhere.
Give it somewhere.
Exactly.
Give it to someone.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Right? And sometimes we'll repurpose it to give to others.
Oh.
But if we do have a fire or an emergency, we will go to the boutique and pull what we need. But we also have storage. Right. So every charity needs a distribution center. And our distribution center was flooded twice.
Oh.
So we got out of there. And I cried because it was the kids' books, things that I held on to autism, things that were a special need. We wait for the right time. We might hold on to items for 3 years.
You don't know when you need them.
No, because this is, excuse me, this is about truly being in need. Right.
That's such a beautiful thing,
Oh my God.
because here you were styling all these people, which they
That's
have a lot of
awesome,
money.
too.
I mean, that's fun, but
Right.
you could see a real dire need for
Other
just and a good quality luxury item that these people were buying. So you're getting some good stuff to be able to give people, good quality stuff, not just junk.
Yeah.
I know the Salvation Army, they're for profit, right? They just make all their
No,
They're the nonprofit. It's Goodwill, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Goodwill. That's right.
Goodwill that makes their profit.
They just make
And
their profit. Give
Salvation
their
is-
clothes. It doesn't go.
I don't
Yeah,
give.
pay
I
for it.
don't give to Goodwill anymore. I used to give all the time, and I look back, and I mean carloads, and now I'm either doing a garage sale. It's $1. It's a 50 cents. Like just take it because you can tell that these people need it. So, I don't. I
And
like
then you
to
get to
give
see the
and-
people that.
Yeah,
get your
and the
stuff.
rest I just give away, like to people that need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did a big Christmas thing through a neighborhood where you've helped a lot of homes. Isn't that correct? Was it hundreds? So we're going to brush upon that when we come back from break. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to take a break and we'll see you in a minute.
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Welcome back to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network. We have our guest here today, Maria Cummings, and we were just talking about her amazing Grace Charities. And during the break, she was letting me know that they did an Echoes of Giving last year where you were able to provide toys for 400 kids. Mm-hmm. That is so amazing. Tell our audience a little bit more about that.
Well, first of all, it wasn't me. And so I can't do anything without my community.
Yeah.
This is a vision that there are many out there that have the same vision as I do, except I'm the vessel. And so we educate. If you're willing to donate, you come to me and I can see what you have, and so that it goes to the right place. It might not necessarily be me.
Right.
The whole idea is that you get the same feeling I do, that you're assisting in restoring a life or saving it from landfill or recycling.
Right.
So this past year, as you all know, my husband went into hospice at the beginning of December after 16 years battling. Yeah. It was just a trial study that went wrong. That I can't change. I know we're all borrowed, and even though I've been with him since I was 14, this is quite a journey. But part of my healing, if I don't have the charity, if I can't assist and restore lives, I will die. This is my medicine. My medicine is touching other lives. And between COVID and everything, you have to make your own change what's good for you. Maybe not necessarily for someone else. But I have never been medicated. I've never put anything in my body. And so I thought Echoes of Giving had to happen for these children. And this one campus that we've been working with, 35 of those kids were turned away last year without a Christmas. My husband and I, he's talking, but he's not really, he's different now. But I know, so they had chosen a date without me knowing it. And we delivered 400 gifts thanks to the community. When we reach out on Facebook and we do the GoFundMe or whatever, you actually see the kids receiving. Yeah. That's another thing we do. If you donate a bed, if you donate gifts, if you donate money, we show you where it went, and you get to meet your family. So we're very personable, right? Amazing. And so these children received 400 new gifts, and they delivered it on our anniversary and my husband's birthday, December 16th.
That's my
now,
birthday.
Is that, oh, really? So is that not
Nicole,
is that not, no.
I mean, her husband's in hospice.
I know, it's
and
just so touching.
She's going and getting the community together and helping all these kids. I mean, you have every excuse in the book to put the charity on hold and to not help these kids. But if somebody doesn't do it and people don't come together, then these kids are never going to be able to see love. They're not ever going to have any hope.
Right. Amen.
It just makes me so grateful and kind of upset myself for not being grateful for where I'm at, because there's so many people. I was looking at the poverty percentages now because of COVID, and there's so many people out there that are going without, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to pay their next bill. And these kids, they didn't ask to be on this earth, you know, and they're watching mom and dad struggle, and you're doing such a beautiful thing, and with a dying husband nonetheless by your side, that's just absolutely amazing. I have so much admiration for you. It just melts my heart to see somebody, you know, going through.
How strong.
Yeah,
you are.
I mean, and a man
In
that
all
you've got to
reality.
be completely just totally head over heels for. You've been with him since you were 14
I
years
mean,
old.
that makes me cry too.
And that's what really got
That's
me
where
too,
it got me
man.
when she said 14. I was like, oh God, I don't even know what that's like.
But see, you all see it that way, and the way I see it is that I can't change the world. I can't change life and death, but I can change someone's life. So if you focus your energy on what you're capable of doing, you receive energy. Because when a child doesn't have a bicycle, what we did was, there was a child that received full scholarship to Louisiana College.
Wow.
And what happened was her mother had just come out of domestic violence. She didn't have health insurance or anything. She was part of our charity, but she didn't know to come back and to ask, because we take care of our own. When you're part of the AGC family, you come to us. You have someone at church, you see a child, you come to us, we give you the towels, we give you the blanket, we give you the toys, and you change the life. Together we make a better place.
That's amazing.
Wow,
Okay.
I love that.
I
So-
love that.
So
It's
we
just
are,
everyone's involved.
Yeah.
everyone's involved. And so she could not get accepted to that college because why? She didn't have a meningitis shot and her second shot. She had no money. She had no insurance.
Mm.
So
Wow.
we pulled together. We paid for that. We paid for her bus. We paid for her dorm equipment. The community came together, and it was all videoed, and we sent the mama with the extra luggage so she could see her child to college. So out in this world of, you know, you have FEMA, you have all of these things, but people need an immediate need, and you get ignored. And by the
Right.
time it comes, our charity is about the donut hole, because we have the voice. So we can team up with other businesses. You know, they can write off a donation. It's a
Right.
business to business as a campaign. There are other ways, but financially, we only have the boutique and my husband, our money that began it. And then anyone that helps outside of that. So there is a big downfall to a 501. If you're 501, you get grants, you get everything.
Right.
But we don't fall into that category. Even though we're a charity, we don't have the finances. So even though you and the community, we have over 450 donors, over 3,000, close to 3,000 clients, but they're giving the items, right? And I can't work my other business full time, who supports AGC, because between home and everything, and I'm only one person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm working
Get your
a different
hands full.
schedule. So I know I do everything by faith,
Amen.
and I know Life Storage has given us a unit at a discount, but we want to train teenagers. A lot of teenagers want to come to us, and I have to stress this: our children, mama, daddy, whoever, you know, it says to the child, you no longer need these toys. It's time to get rid of your toys, and it's time, and we're going to donate it over here. That's a separation issue. It begins at a young age, because you're forcing your child to give up a toy, even though he doesn't play with it. There could be something internally special to that toy.
Right.
And so the thing, as a life coach in my other business, you know, I work with children or the parent, and the whole idea is, this is the neat thing about photograph donor to receiver, because Kayla, who's been with our charity since she was 4, I think, donated her shoes, her toys, and everything. But later she saw a photo, but she was too young. Now she was 8. She actually hand-picked some toys. We kept them in a box. They were prestige. You know, if a puzzle's missing a piece, if an item is missing something, it's damaged, whatever, we have to send it to recycling. I don't even give the homeless damaged.
Right.
So we campaign for the homeless, the women's show. We have certain organizations that we do all year long. And then at Christmas, the trucks go out for special occasions. So we need storage to do this, right? Back to Kayla. So Kayla donates these. A family comes in, a mother of 5. All of a sudden, she has nieces and nephews. The father of that one passes away. 9 months later, the mother passes away, dialysis, cardiac arrest.
Wow.
Mother takes in 5 so the children don't go to the state. We find out. We through the community, get her a brand new bed, a dresser, toys, fan, everything. And we go visit the home. We photograph it. Kayla's toys went there.
Oh.
And we're photographing everything. We send the photos to Kayla and her mother. They're in tears.
Of course.
Because now the child sees a child receiving. That leaves a closure, right? We want children to grow up to know that this item can become, no longer item, can become a treasure to someone else. Teach them that, not saying they're poor people, they're this. No labels, no religion, no nothing. We are here to do what? What's the purpose of life? No, to change someone's life.
People are just products of circumstance. No one's any better than anybody else.
No,
Amen.
I can't stand someone with a high stature being rude to somebody.
I can't.
It kills me. Well, man, you're just an amazing
I
woman.
know. I know.
You know,
I know.
it's so nice to have you on the show, and you're doing such amazing things. Can you tell our audience how they can get in touch with you, how they can get involved?
We have a website. It's AmazingGraceCharities.com. On Facebook, you'll find us there as well, and AGC Boutique. When you click onto AGC Boutique, you'll see the items that you all have donated to allow us to mission. When you click on to Facebook Amazing Grace Charities, you will see all the items, your donations, your dollars, your families that you have touched. We also have a website, but you can reach me. I'm all over. And the bare feet, because I'm on the trucks, I'm in the charity barefoot. I get energy from the earth. Even in New Orleans, people said, "You walk barefoot?" You know, maybe that's why.
See all your
it never goes away. I never take it off.
You don't take it off?
So
I don't take
never.
none of my stuff off, but I don't wear that much.
No, my
What's your
daddy was
heritage?
born in Cuba.
Oh, okay. So that's where you get all the.
I'm a Canadian, so take off.
Hey.
Okay.
I come down here to stir it up.
Okay.
Thank me when you go. I just want to go.
I'm just
But-
curious because it reminds me of like a Cherokee Indian or
I love
something
her.
like that with their high cheekbones and
Thank
all
you.
their turquoise.
But I want to just thank you both because
Oh,
you know
yes.
this is the Lord. We've been 7 years actually active, and I have been praying, but it's all on God's timing, not ours.
That's right.
And faith and patience, and just keep going. Doors will open if you have a silence and a calm in your spirit.
Very true.
There are signs everywhere. You came into my life just at the right time because no one has taken our story. No one has been interested. And when you mention other charities, we were with those other charities, but because we tore down the articles,
Right.
you can't work with 501s anymore. And so for other reasons, but God knew what he was
Amen.
doing. And
Always
so
does.
I thank you for giving me the
we
chance.
Thank you. You're a blessing.
No,
You're
it's-
a blessing to
And
me.
we're in Bel Air.
Yes.
We're the
Yeah.
quietest little secret sitting
I'm
in
coming
Bel
to
Air.
check it out.
We're gonna have to come
Bless
check out
you.
her
I am.
store and
I
her
want
boutique
to.
and maybe get involved this
Well,
year.
no,
for
because
the
I with my
Echoes of
girls.
Giving.
I mean, when we get rid of our stuff, we don't get rid of it, but we'll have to talk about that when we come right back. Let's wrap
Okay,
this up.
so
real
we're
quick.
gonna go on break, and when we come back, we're gonna have the aesthetic ginger nurse. So you guys stay tuned.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and you know, sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And you know, my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. You know, I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m. When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Welcome back to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network. We were cracking up here a little bit on break. This is the aesthetic ginger nurse, Laura Tamke. You guys know who Brooke White is.
Oh, hello.
She can say hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
But this chick right here has done wonders to my face. So last time she was shaving it off with a very fine pinned needle, making my face bleed, I said, you need to come on my show. And I know it sounds torturous, but it's an amazing purging that she does. And then she talked me into shaving my face just once a month. She said, don't let your husband know, but get a really good shaving cream. And I do. I shave my forehead. Now, I did accidentally I got a really good razor and I accidentally got like a big chunk of baby hair right here, and I was like, is that on my forehead? Oh no. I'm like, man. But anyway,
comical.
We'll start. Yeah,
I haven't done it. I've never done it. So I guess after the show, I'm gonna have to go home and shave, y'all. I don't know.
We were talking about like how men, you know, they age so gracefully, and half of the reason is because they're constantly shaving their face, so they're exfoliating very fine. I mean, the dermaplaning that you've done on my face is the same kind of idea. Yeah. But go a little bit in depth on this microneedling. We should have brought pictures, but tell the audience about it.
Come and visit you now.
So microneedling is you use a device that has little tiny needles that basically they pulse into the skin, and it creates like sort of micro channels or even just little tiny damage to the skin. Yeah. Your body's a wonderful thing. Your skin naturally will go to repair itself after this. So in this process, you'll notice a difference in the texture of the skin, the tone of the skin, pigment of the skin, fine lines, wrinkles, all of that. It's amazing.
Nicole's like, oh yeah.
No, seriously.
And we do numb before, so it's
you gotta get it numb.
It can be a little uncomfortable in some areas, especially the forehead.
On the bone.
That's my problem. I'm impatient.
Are you saying like to see results or
no? I mean like the whole process.
Treatment?
I want to be in and out.
So, well,
I
okay.
got-
So I will say the process is it's a little time consuming because you have to numb. The numbing process is longer than the actual treatment.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
And you want
yes,
that to kick in.
exactly.
All
So
about
you'll
being
numb
numb.
about 30, 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then the treatment itself is maybe 15 minutes. It's
Oh.
very quick.
But your whole face is
Very quick.
bleeding.
But yes,
Oh.
we do bring blood to the surface.
Yeah.
And
So don't
then
do it on a Friday night.
You're
if
going
you
to
wanna-
need a few
well,
days.
Okay, so some people like the Friday night so that they can recoup over the weekend and hide in their house and not
Oh.
see anybody.
I would have to say.
So yeah, everybody
She
has
won't like
their
it on
certain
a
days.
Friday.
Yeah,
This girl's not
exactly.
staying home on a Friday night.
My
But yeah,
bad. I'll
that's
take off Monday, Tuesday, and
against your
Wednesday.
religion.
You will look like sunburnt. You
Okay,
know, pretty much
that's what I
sunburnt for
I've
at
had a
least.
chemical peel. That kind of what that felt like, but
Yeah.
I know this is way more extent.
It
Yes.
feels really tight, and you look a little nuts. So my kid, I came home, and the kids were like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I'm gonna look great in a few days." My husband went, "Oh my God, what did you do now? How long is that gonna be like that for?" It looked like it got into a car accident, and you can't put anything on it. But she gave me this Aquafina, and you put that. That's the only thing you can put on your face, and no retinol products or anything for a while. But I'm telling you, when the chap sloughs off,
when you shed that skin,
yeah, seriously,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good treatment. And then you get it. You really want to get done like every 6 weeks, you would say.
So originally, it's when you first start, it is recommended to do like a series of 3. So you want to do it like once every 4 to 6 weeks for 3 treatments in a row. And then after that, it's more like a maintenance thing. You're going to do it, you know, once every year, maybe twice a year.
That's what I'm saying.
I do it all.
Her skin is like a porcelain doll.
It is.
I mean, I
looking
thought
at it.
Jessica Hatch's skin was
I
perfect.
know.
No.
I know.
She's got
Sorry,
some
Jess.
heat. Sorry, Jessica. We love you.
We love you still.
If you would see her skin right now,
She's
you
a
would
doctor
die.
or nurse. Nurse
Y'all are
doctor.
sweet. I do it all. I try it all. It's really important to me to try everything before I do it on anybody else.
Which is smart.
Oh yeah, you
I
want to
just-
know how it feels.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and I
When it
want to know the
does.
results because I'm not going to charge somebody for
Right.
something that is not going to give them results.
And you don't
know?
look overdone.
No, you
And
really
that
don't. Like you
is
look
gold
That's
in
what you
everything
want.
I do.
Mhm.
You don't want to look like you've
Exactly.
had it.
Just want to look perfect,
Exactly.
but not.
People
But you
always-
know,
yeah.
Barbie, but not chopped up Barbie.
Exactly. And people always tell me, "You get Botox. You don't need Botox."
Yeah, I know.
I don't need it because I get,
Get
it.
it.
Exactly it. It looks like I don't need it because I
I
get
get
it.
it. I know.
And I'm scowling at you right now, but
You
wouldn't
can't
know.
tell.
Okay,
Exactly.
so you assist in plastic surgery a lot. It's
Ooh,
Dr.
yes.
Cho's office,
Yes,
right? He's
yes.
He's a good
Dr.
surgeon.
He's amazing.
Dr. Cho.
I've heard of him.
He's amazing. So yes, I am a circulating nurse, which means that in the operating room, I am the doctor and the surgical tech. They're sterile. You know, they're all
Right.
sterile. They cannot touch anything outside of the sterile field. So the nurse's job is to basically grab anything that they might need, make sure the patient is safe and doing well. So I really love getting to do that as well as, you know, my other business that, you know, that I do. So I get like a different feel. I get to use some of
Multifaceted.
my other nursing skills that I don't technically use with my aesthetic business. So it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And so do's and don'ts, because you know people can get things done, and then like Botox, you
Right.
just don't know that they get it done.
True.
And then the don'ts, like then they get stuff done, and it's like, what did you do? Like
Don't do that again.
nothing against Megan Fox because she's absolutely gorgeous, but remember when she got all that filler?
Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
She
At
was
all, 'cause
so
she's gorgeous
pretty
anyway.
and so young. I never
I
understood why
know.
she did that.
Yeah.
Money.
So
Threw it at
give
her.
give
Yeah.
the audience some advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I err on the side of caution and
Yes.
conservation. To me, it shouldn't take a whole lot to get you where you want to go.
Right.
Like you want to be natural. You don't want to look done.
Less is more.
And exactly, less is more. So I would rather do a little bit now and then have you come back in a few weeks and let's, you know, add a little bit more, kind of take it step by step. And if you go to an injector or, you know, an esthetician that they're like all in. They just want to do all the things right there. Your first visit,
Right.
I would kind of,
Run.
bye, see you later. Exactly.
Yeah,
They wanna
load
yeah.
you up.
So-
yeah, no,
Very true.
I went to somebody. They did my lips,
Oh.
and I took my daughter to a movie afterwards.
I'm still laughing about it because I just remember you
It's the
calling
movie
me.
Inside Out, and it gets kind of sad, and you cry.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
eating popcorn, and I'm crying, and we came out of the movie theater, and my lips were like, they were like Kylie Jenner looking, like the suction thing, like they were huge. And Kata looked at me, and she goes, "Mom!" And I had my first meeting. I was doing some steroidal injection kits at the time for this medical place. Anyway, and I had my first doctor's meeting, and I had to go, and I was icing my lips the whole night, the night before, trying to figure out how I was going to talk to these guys. And we all rode together. When I got in the car, everybody was like, what the heck? I mean, it was so bad. Less is more.
Yes,
you don't want to walk
very
around
true.
looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
No.
I had very large lips for a couple of weeks. Thank God they went down. I don't think I'll do that one again.
I've never done lips. I've heard I've got big ones, so it's fine. I'll just wait.
Yeah, just to get the like the lip flip when you don't get the wrinkles on the top. That's
Well,
really
there you
all
go.
you
There
need.
you go.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
get there, I'm sure.
So you wanted to talk about the difference between Botox and fillers.
Yes.
Are we about to go on break though? Okay. We're going to hold that thought then. Let's go on break real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to educate you guys on the difference between fillers and Botox, what to do and what not to do with aesthetic nurse Ginger. So you guys stay tuned.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Okay, they're laughing at me. Welcome back. I talked about the experience with my lips, and then we were talking about if there was another one, and there was. I looked like Spock. So one thing not to do is like right in the center, right, of your eyebrow right here. It like went, doot, and I was like, bead, eyebrows.
Don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Not a good
It
idea.
lasts for 3 months, just in case
I
you're
just
wondering.
needed the ears and like cut off some short bangs, and I could have been his cousin.
Girl.
I could have rocked
Could have been his cousin.
My best advice on that is to go back to your injector.
Yeah, I would have gone back.
Show them. There are ways to settle the Spock eyebrow, but yes,
She knows about it.
It can happen. Yeah.
Oh no,
And
I'd go to her.
Well, and it happens more so with those injectors who are afraid to inject over here for fear of dropping the eyebrows.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing and where the safe places are, it shouldn't be happening.
It's very true.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad experience. Let's knock on. You better do me right
No,
today, girl.
I will.
She knows what she's doing.
I mean, but I haven't done it a lot either, so.
Yeah, I've got quite many years underneath my belt, like 10.
I love it though. I'm addicted to it already, so it's okay.
It's addicting.
So you wanted to talk about the difference between filler and Botox. So what you got on that?
So I often have people come in and they're like, okay, I need some Botox right here in these lines. And I'm like, no,
you don't.
That's actually filler. So my what I like to tell people is typically from here up is Botox, from here down is fillers. So what Botox does is it temporarily paralyzes the muscles so that they're not able to make the movements that are creating the lines. So think about between the brows when you frown, or when you raise your eyebrows and those lines pop up across the forehead, or when you smile real big and you have the crow's feet. So and that's what it does there. Typically lasts, 3 to 4 months. And then when you go to filler is a little bit different. It is with hyaluronic acid usually, and it's in a syringe. You when it's injected, it's like a gel-like substance. So it's going to go and actually fill the deep lines. So it's best used in the nasolabial fold. We put it in the cheeks to help lift the cheek and replace lost volume. So that's the basics of it. There are so many things that you could do with Botox and with filler all over the face, but that's just
that reminds me. So my lip flip accident.
Oh gosh,
that reminds her. Go for it. Shoot.
I got a lip flip. So they put the Botox right here, and it's supposed to relax to where you don't have the lines right there, and then it kicked in. And I was teaching my spin class, and my P's and my F's were all jacked up, and I started spitting across the room. And then in yoga, it was like, place your palms on the floor in front of you, and everything was like, plip, 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 and I couldn't talk. And I didn't realize because I woke up when it kicked in, and I had to wake up at 4:30 that morning for a 6:15 class, and I hadn't had time to speak to anybody because everybody was sleeping.
Yeah.
And so it all came to surface when I started, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and nothing's coming out right. And the spit was flying. I was like, oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing.
No.
So yeah, that's another thing you have to be careful with the lip flip thing.
Yes. It's a wonderful and terrible thing all at the same time.
It scares me.
Yes.
I'm living through you. I'm like, nah, just shoot me right here.
just here.
That's all I need right here.
Love it. Oh my God. Okay, so she's going to.
Yeah.
She's going to shoot you right here. Okay, so she's going to give Brooke some injections in between her eyebrows to tell the audience what you're trying to accomplish with this one.
Okay, so between the brows where she makes her frown face, we are going to temporarily paralyze those muscles for 3 to 4 months so that they can't make those movements that are creating those lines there. So with time, what happens is those lines that are already forming, the tissue there has time to go in and repair itself. So you'll notice with time that those lines are less and less. And then the more consistent you are, you can actually reverse your lines completely.
You really can. Because, I mean, when I started, like, I had deep ones. I was like, get rid of them. Get rid of them. And they're literally almost gone on top of my forehead. And I just have this right here. And I've done it maybe 5 times in 2 years. I mean, it's not a lot at all. So it does work.
A little goes a long way.
Another key is to start young. So people think, oh, I don't need it. I'm young, and trust me, tomorrow you'll wake up and you're like, where did these come from?
Just saying, because that happened to me.
Yeah,
it catches up.
Young. It's easier to prevent than it is to reverse. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
sometimes you'll have to fill in the lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With filler, right?
Yep.
Because Jessica, when she was on here, she said something about you could do filler in the deep ones up there if you need to.
You can. I hate to go in this area. It is a very risky area.
She
There's
said
a
this.
lot of vessels there. So it's a dangerous area. I myself don't even inject that area. I will refer you out if you need filler in that area.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to do just 2 little spots here. Make your frown face for me and relax. Okay, just right here. You do hear and feel a little crunching sound.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yep. Frown again for me and relax.
Are eyes supposed to be crooked on that side?
Are you kidding me?
Frown again.
I'm about to frown. Hang on.
Sorry.
Yes, Andy. I love you. Okay. Is that a frown?
Yep. Relax. So you'll have what looks like little mosquito bites for 15 to 20 minutes,
Little
and then
circles.
they go down. Yep.
She'll
And then
be
she'll
ready
start
for
to
her.
see her results. Usually like 7 to 10 days, but it can take 14 days to fully take effect.
I swear I'm always like, it happened the hour after it's done. Like, I can tell a difference. I think it's my mind. But I'm like, I can already see a difference. And everyone's like, no, you can't. I'm like, yes, I can.
Yeah. A lot of people will feel like a tightness
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and that's more so what...
Yeah. And you can get a headache, so that's to be expected. Don't work out. I can say that.
Don't lay
do
down.
anything. Yeah, don't lay down. You can still do your normal stuff. I mean, I've always done it on a lunch break. No joke.
Yeah.
Gotta go back to work.
It doesn't
But
take that long
Yeah, it
at
doesn't
all.
take that. I mean, just that fast right there. So,
Yep.
it's awesome. Are you up next, girl?
I'm up next. So, what we're going to accomplish for me today, you start getting heavier in the lid as you get older. So she's going to do a little and lift me up, not like Spock.
Not Spock lift.
She does it on the side.
So the muscles around the eyes, they're round muscles, and they cinch inwards like this naturally. So when we relax them, they open up. So if we do a little bit here in the tail end of the brow, it just helps to relax that muscle and do a little lift. So,
Nice.
Yep.
I love the pink glove. I just love
They're
pink.
fun.
I know. Sorry.
Make an appointment, Maria. Maria's in the audience going, me. I'm telling you, you're in good hands with her. You are in good hands with her.
Good. I know. I didn't feel it, so you're good.
Yeah.
She really is.
No ice needed.
Get in there, girl.
yeah. You don't need any ice. You shouldn't need any numbing cream either.
No.
Some places do numb, but actually numbing can decrease the efficacy of the product.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Forget
You
that.
really don't
Yeah.
need numbing. I mean, that's a
It's a
tiny,
little
tiny,
itty
tiny
bitty.
needle.
It's so easy.
And
Subcutaneous,
I don't
just
like
tiny
needles,
thing.
but I mean, you really don't feel it. It's just like a little prick. Oh, there you go. Scout girl.
Yep.
There it is.
And relax.
I've never watched someone get it. Oh, what a good sport.
I didn't cry this time.
Squeeze your eyes real tight for me again. And relax.
So interesting.
It's very easy. It takes minutes.
Yeah.
The longest process is to go over like your medical history
Yep.
and what you want done and your goals. And
Making the
all
appointment.
of that. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So
So tell the audience where you're at, where you're located, all the services that you provide, and how they can get in touch with you.
So I am located in Spring, Texas. I'm actually inside Integrated Aesthetics with Dr. Cho, and I do Botox, fillers. I do PDO threads. I do microneedling.
Okay, what's PDO threads? Is that the jaw
Yes,
lifting?
I've been told about that.
Now that is supposed to be really, really good.
Yes,
like,
and I've
yes.
seen it.
I love it.
Really?
So
Have you done it?
yes. So basically, they are like dissolvable sutures, essentially. So when you place them under the skin, here's the suture, right? You start to build collagen around that suture material. Eventually, that suture material dissolves, and you're left with that collagen that it built. So There are different types of PDO threads. There are the barbed ones that do the actual lifting.
Oh, yeah.
And then there are the smooth ones that are going to help tighten the skin and just kind of build collagen to firm the skin. So they're best on like the neck and any kind of loose skin. Sometimes above the knees. That's a great area.
I didn't
Yes.
think about that.
Yes. So
just making more collagen, really, essentially, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, yes, they're fun. You see
I thought my
immediate
knees
results.
had no hope.
Yeah. You see immediate results, but it can take some time to see. You see
I'm
more
gonna be at
with
home
time
like,
too.
what do
So,
I need to do with my knees?
right? Oh goodness.
How much does that cost?
So it's usually charged per area. So and then some providers charge per thread too. So it just depends.
Just depends on how much they need, where they're getting it done.
But it is up there. I've seen the price points.
It can be a little,
It is up there.
Yeah.
But I've seen the before and after on someone, and
it's like a non-surgical facelift.
Yes,
exactly.
You don't have to cut your face off to get your cheeks raised back.
And it looked
it's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
I mean, it was all tight, and she's younger than me.
Yeah, it's really good for the women in their late 30s to 40s, even to their early 50s when they're not quite ready for a facelift, but they do need a little bit of lifting.
Just
so
like a little bit of sag of the skin or something under here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's why you got to work it out.
Okay, did you name them all? Okay, so we got that. Then
and then microneedling, chemical peels, dermaplaning, that kind of stuff. So
that's awesome. Nice.
Yeah. And then you can find me. I have a website, aestheticnurseginger.com, or I'm on social media, Instagram, Facebook, as Aesthetic Nurse Ginger also.
Okay, great.
You forget that.
I highly recommend her. I highly recommend her.
I do too.
And if someone calls and books an appointment, if they saw this on the show, can they have the 10% discount?
Absolutely.
Love
nice. So call her, Aesthetic Nurse Ginger. What's the number to call to book the appointments?
It's 832-610-4031.
And use promo code HaloPR.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take another break. We're extending a long segment today, and when we come back, we're gonna have Guy Douglas here, and we're gonna talk about hormones.
Oh wow,
fun stuff.
Let's
so y'all
go.
stay tuned. Edge is about community, synergy, and empowerment.
The responsibility be on this? Should we have had a national plan, or should
that the government needs to get out of the way and let people figure it out?
What do you do for your face?
So I do have a skincare line called Infinity Skincare, and welcome back to How You Living on Edge Radio Live. So to Jennifer, I'm just saying live, and I'm out.
Peace.
Can't say we not working, okay?
You cannot say we not working.
Say that we are.
No, they're just ready to get back out there and start sexing up other people.
Yeah.
That we weren't interested in any silver medals. If they wanted to give us the gold medal that we earned.
各位亲爱的观众，我是布卡，今天又到了我们
So hotel kind of vibe.
Well, I mean, I'm
We're
sure he's like,
turning
I
down
don't
to
hear
say,
you
here's the dinner,
complaining
man.
about the cheap sensation cocktail. This is our first mixed cocktail. We have.
Three.
Very good margarita. Good margarita.
Folks, as always, this is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get, right? So to the Edge Radio Network, we are going to be bringing you continuous, interesting conversations, interesting encounters, interesting experiences, education, knowledge, and a lot of laughs and a lot of fun, folks. So you don't want to miss it. So
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
Welcome back to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network. Woo, that echo in these headphones. I don't even know if I'm sounding right. We're going to have a Zoom call with Dr. What's his last name?
Harris, Dr. Richard Harris.
Okay, nice. And we're going to be talking some hormones today. So tell our audience, just open up that Pandora's box and give them a little bit of education on the products we're going to be discussing.
Well, our company is called Perfect Health for Life, number 4, Perfect Health for Life. And we believe in, number 1, natural products. And so we are into building your immune system, protecting ourselves from the environment of man-made frequencies. And then we're also interested in about keeping our testosterone up, because it's all affecting us, right? And so basically the bottom line is we met up with this company that Dr. Harris is a partner in, and their product was tremendous. I used it without them even knowing it. And so after about a month, I said, I got to keep doing this. And so I contacted them. We came to some really good agreements. And
here you are advocating.
Yep. This is an unbelievable product. And Dr. Harris is, I can't help but say it any other way. He's a brainiac when it comes to understanding and knowing this, because this is his thing, and he's a hormone specialist.
Oh, all right. That's what I'm talking about, because I got to get my hormones balanced like yesterday. Ask my family at home. So can we bring Dr. Harris in? Can you hear me, Dr. Harris?
I can. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. So he was bragging about you. He's saying that you are a doctor and a pharmacist. So you've got a lot of tricks inside your hat. So what made you create this formulation, and which product would you like to talk about first?
Yeah, so we actually created both products at the same time. And me and my business partner, we've been friends for a while. He owns multiple pharmacies in Austin, and we both do a lot of hormone work. And one of the things that people would ask us is there something natural we can take? And at that time, we would say no, we'd have to combine 3 or 4 products. And it's really hard to get people to buy in to take 3 or 4 different supplements to do one thing. And so we were on a call, said, you know what, we should create something, kind of laughed about it, and then thought about it for a while. A week later, I called him back and said, hey, we should do this. He said, I've been thinking about the same thing. We're definitely doing this. And we spent months diving into the literature to figure out exactly how we wanted to formulate our 2 products. And we wanted it to be evidence-based. And then we also made sure that we got the right raw materials to ensure the highest quality, because we're both big on quality and quality standards in the supplement industry. And after we were able to find the right sourcing, formulate the product based upon research, then we just released it into his pharmacies and said, let's see how things go. And we've had a lot of really great testimonials, a lot of great success stories. And like Guy, I take the product, he takes the product, we stand behind the product, and it's something that I will continue to use going forward.
So tell me a little bit more about how the molecular structure of this compound combined together provides such effectiveness, because there's a lot of products out there that are, the HGH gels, and there's a lot of different derivatives of this type of formulation. What makes yours top notch?
Yeah, so there's a couple different things. Number one is we wanted to look at this from a total holistic approach. So a lot of products will say, okay, we boost free testosterone, or we increase your estrogen levels, or other products will say, well, we work on dopamine. Others will do stress relief. Others will do something called sex hormone binding globulin, which is the molecule that binds up our hormones and prevents them from working. So if you only work on one of these pathways, then that may be the pathway that's missing in you. It may not be. And so we wanted to make sure that we address all of these hormones together in concert in all of these different areas that can go wrong and lead to alterations in the hormones. And then we wanted to give some support to synergistic hormones. We call this the entourage effect. hormones tend to work together in certain areas. They have their own thing they're really good at, but they tend to work together. And so by using this synergistic balance, we end up working on multiple different aspects of the hormone pathway together. And the biggest aspect to us is the ashwagandha. And because stress is at all-time highs, we've seen that during COVID. I think at one point last year, screenings for stress were up 457%, the test that we do for stress. And what people don't realize is when you're chronically stressed, you shift your hormones away from making the sex hormones to making stress hormones. Because if I'm stressed, that's an environment that I shouldn't be reproducing in. Historically, that was a famine, or we're at war, or something like that. And so by balancing out the stress, we also balance out our sex hormones, our testosterone, our estrogen. And so me and my partner, we're both holistic practitioners, and we really wanted to make sure that we holistically address these sex hormone pathways from top to bottom.
I love that. And I love ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is amazing stuff. That just helps level you out so well. I love that you incorporated that in your formulation. What were the signs and symptoms that drive you to try this product?
Well, for me, I've always been an athlete. And so I've always made an effort to stay in shape and so on. And I started noticing that I couldn't just go into the gym and say, oh, I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks, so let me go in and drop 5 pounds and I can do it in a week. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I would go in there and sweat, and I couldn't get rid of that belly. I couldn't get rid of it, and it really frustrated me. And so when you're living on salads and working out and you don't see a difference, and it's because I'm a man, I'm older, right? So I'm not 25 anymore. And so your body changes. So I wanted to try something. I cornered Dr. Harris when I first met him. He started telling, I just bombarded him with questions. I really did. And so I bought the product and didn't tell him.
So it's got to be some type of an adaptogenic basis then, because you said that, you have hormones that synergistically work together. So it goes with people's own chemical balance. So it kind of finds what people are deficient in and then feeds into that channel. How does that work?
Yeah, so we classically see some key areas of hormone imbalance. And number one, it can be because people are unhappy. So one of the things that we all know is dopamine. Dopamine is everywhere. People know dopamine as the reward brain chemical, the reward neurotransmitter, and it has to do with our mood and feelings of self-satisfaction. Now, what people don't know is that dopamine is also involved in making our sex hormones. Because again, if we're unhappy, if we're stressed out, that's not an environment that we would want to be reproducing in. So we made sure we targeted that. We targeted something else called sex hormone binding globulin, which is the protein that binds up our sex hormones. And a lot of conditions, chronic stress, inflammation, obesity, these are things that can increase that. So now you have less hormone available to do its job. And then you actually have the release of these hormones. You can get a decrease in the signal to make the hormones. So we wanted to address that as well. And then we wanted to address shuttling these hormones to a different area, like you mentioned, those adaptogens. So we don't shuttle our raw materials to making stress hormones. We get them to making sex hormones.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, right? So
it works.
Sexy time.
Okay, then. So I have a question, because could this is something that a product that could take the place of any type of like going to the doctor to get the extra shots, testosterone, stuff like that?
Well, one of the things I can tell you is because I have a couple of personal friends of mine that ask the same question, because they're doing things like pellets or they're doing injections. And so for them, it really is, and I'm sure Dr. Harris will agree with me, for them it might be a little more work, meaning if they're already doing the pellets, they really need to kind of look at their testosterone levels, see where they're at, and then maybe start figuring out how to with their doctor, how to back off of it as they're building it with a natural product.
Okay.
And so they just have to check their hormones a little more frequently, and then they see where they are and back away from those pellets.
But they could eventually get off of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to really do something like this
Right.
if you got a full load on testosterone in your system, because
Right.
you will be a walking beast.
Okay, that's another thing.
Yeah,
I was
it'll
gonna ask,
make.
'cause there's
What's
so
wrong
much.
with that?
Well, no, I'm talking about your temper.
Your meanness.
Your
that's
temper.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Your temper can get a little bit outrageous. I mean, I haven't taken y'all's, but the testosterone was starting to deplete from my body as I was starting the HGH gel, and
you could tell.
Yeah, I
You could
noticed
tell.
a major. Yeah, I was grumpy.
It happens to
Just
the
a
best
little
of
bit.
us.
But I'm interested to try this because this is an ingestible. So
Right.
Yeah,
I like that.
So keep feeding us with good info. What else you got?
We're interested.
Yeah, we've talked about the male product. The female product, Alpha Female, is also something that we stand strongly behind, because as we start to enter our perimenopausal, postmenopausal years, a lot of our hormone levels just tank. Testosterone production ceases, progesterone, estrogen levels can get unbalanced, and estrogen being not balanced is what can result in breast cancer and actually Alzheimer's. A lot of people don't know that these sex hormones are trophic for our brain, meaning they help our brains function normally. Progesterone is a big part of that. So we really wanted to make sure that at a time of rapid change for some people it's more gradual, in the hormones, that we could help keep a younger and healthier hormone profile. But our Alpha Female product also has DIM in it. DIM is a wonderful molecule that helps that estrogen balance. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times what we see in those of us who do hormone work is we see either something called estrogen dominance, or where there's too much estrogen to progesterone, or the estrogen is the wrong type of estrogen. There's a good type of estrogen that actually helps fight cancer and is anti-inflammatory and helps with cholesterol and that type of stuff. And there's another type of estrogen that actually does the opposite of all of those. And so DIM helps shift that balance towards the good type of estrogen. And then we also threw in something called betaine. Betaine comes from beets. And what that does is, if you've ever heard of epigenetics, that's how we turn our genes on and off. Well, what happens around menopausal time for women is that epigenetic ability to switch becomes a little impaired. And what betaine does is it helps make sure that we're able to flip the light switches on and off when we need to, so we can adapt to our environment.
Nice. Yeah, I've taken the DIM for a long time because I have breast cancer that runs on both sides of my family. So that's always a major concern for me for the estrogens. And I swear that my mother got her breast cancer from the estrogen patch.
Ooh.
Yeah, because immediately when they found it, they took her off of it. I mean, if it was dangerous, then why'd they take her off of it?
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary. So what else do you guys have an immune boost formulation, and you also have something that helps fight the technology that's around us. Correct. So elaborate a little bit more on that.
Well, first of all, we just believe that building your immune system itself is, when I say simple, it's not simple, but it's simpler than I think people make it. And they think they've got to take a million different products and so on. So one of the things that we focused on specifically, which are what most people are used to, is vitamin C. Okay. And when it comes to vitamin C, and I always challenge people, when you're looking at your vitamin C at home that you have, or vitamin C that's in any product, just look on the label. And right next to vitamin C, you'll notice it'll say ascorbic acid, right? Now, ascorbic acid is just one part of vitamin C. It's not the whole vitamin C, right? So we're also here how if you take too much vitamin C, your body's just going to basically pee it out anyway, right? So with our vitamin C comes from acerola berries, right? So with that, it's now processed as a food, number one. So your body's going to process all of it. So one serving of our vitamin C is 4,500 milligrams. And so your body's going to process that. And it's a whole vitamin C, as I said. So that makes it completely different. Some of the you know, when people take vitamin C, the big one on the market is like Emergency and stuff like that. You know, again, I'm not saying they're not going to work, but they're not going to work like ours works. And I'm a firm believer. We're going to have a whole conversation. We were talking about this earlier. I had COVID twice and didn't know it. And,
oh wow, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But you know, I really didn't know it, and my immune system was high, right? So I'm very between Alpha Male that I take, and between our vitamin C, and we have other products. We have a product called Perfect Cellular Defense, which takes contaminants out of your fruits and vegetables. And we show people how that works. I remember being a kid and my mother would say, wash that before you eat it. You can wash it all you want, and it's not getting everything out of that. Well, when we show what ours does, people are amazed, because it literally will turn that water a yellowish color that your fruits and vegetables are in, just because the cellular defense is in there.
Wow.
And so, and we love showing that demonstration, because people are always amazed. Plus, it makes it taste better.
Yeah.
Because it's taking those chemicals out. I mean, the farmer, you know, people say, well, I'm going to buy organic. Well, your organic may have less of contaminants in it, but still going to be there. Why? Because they still travel in trucks.
Right.
They got to get to the grocery store, you know.
Exactly.
So it's almost impossible to escape. And then, of course, with the technology, we're huge believers in Nikola Tesla and some of his teachings. With scalar energy and being able to block those EMFs. And we love doing the demonstrations of that, because people can feel it immediately. You know, literally feel it immediately. It's not something that takes a few days or whatever. You feel it the second I give it to you.
That's cool.
Wow, that's cool. You
I'm
got some?
impatient. I know, right?
Well, scalar energy is great, because, as I say, it works. Scalar energy works 100% of the time on 100% of the people. It never fails you.
I'll take a shot.
So, and Dr. Harris is the one that formulated the immune formulation as well,
No,
or
they
just the hormones?
just the alpha male and alpha female.
Okay.
But it's amazing, because in our conversations, I didn't know how adversed he was in scalar. Again, he's a doctor, but not all doctors.
Yeah, they
But
specify.
he has made such an effort of educating himself, and he sent me a text earlier saying how he loved energy. I forgot how he worded it. Maybe you might want to say that
let's
again.
Elaborate on that, Dr. Harris.
Yeah, I am a huge fan of energy medicine. Energy medicine is everything that's around us. So I always tell people, like, look at me right now. I'm getting infrared therapy from the sunlight, right? That's energy medicine. And it actually causes changes at the cellular level. So when sun hits you, it energizes your mitochondria. So you actually are able to more efficiently make energy. And so there are multiple different types of energy medicine. Infrared therapy is one, electromagnetic field, so PEMF is one. And I love scalar energy, because scalar energy is a defense system for our cells. So what happens is our cells are batteries. They need a certain charge to be able to do something. So it's like your cell phone, right? If your cell phone's charge is empty, it can't work right. It doesn't, it turns off. And so our cells have pumps in them. And these pumps need energy to be able to move nutrients in and toxins out. And what happens with all the microwaves and radio waves and all the devices and everything that we're constantly around, cell towers, all of that, we get a disorientation of our charge. Our batteries start to get depleted. And when that happens, you're not going to function correctly. And so what scalar energy does is a defense against these waves. You can block these waves, and you can also convert these waves into something that is actually beneficial, that helps recharge those batteries. And that's why I love energy medicine.
Pretty cool.
It really is. And just to kind of just take that a little further for a moment, you know, when he says our body has a charge, everybody's body has a charge. I know when we watch a movie and they'll say, oh, this person's, you know, they pronounce them dead because there's no brain activity. Mm-hmm. Well, a healthy body has between 70 to 90 millivolts of electricity. And what happens is when we get sick, whether it be with the flu, we have a fever, or you have, you know, more serious things like cancer, your millivolts go down. And so some of the things that have been proven is, so things like, for example, cancer. Cancer thrives on your body when your millivolts are down around 25, 30 millivolts. It thrives on it. If you can get your millivolts up, right, then cancer has a harder time to thrive and build, right? So again, to me, you know, we look at it and think of it more as a preventative, whereas so often some people want to think of it as a treatment, you know, and we try to avoid that because, again, we're not making any claims. We just know what happens in the body and listening to what doctors tell us and the scientists tell us, and which is one of the reasons why, again, I felt that scalar energy. There's a great book out there called The Happiness Effect by Dr. Earl Mindell. And right on the cover of the book, he lists the things that negative ions, which is a part of scalar energy, does for the body. Well, one of the things that it lists is it helps alleviate respiratory disorder. Well, what was COVID? A respiratory disorder. Okay. So another reason why I felt like when I did get COVID, I didn't even know I had it. I didn't have any breathing issues. I didn't have anything. And so, and of course they say, well, you got to be concerned with the older people if they're over 50. You know, I'm sitting there, well, I'm 59. I had zero problem. Right. So, and other people, a very good friend of mine, he's like my dad. He's 77. He came down with COVID. Didn't really know it.
Was he on the same?
Oh yeah,
same
absolutely.
And the scalar energy, that's something you wear, right?
Well, yeah. So several things. Scalar energy is a charge that we put into items, right? We've even tested it. I'll tell you what we're working on. We're working on ingestibles for scalar. Is really what we're going to be working on. Just to give you a little, just a little tease of what we're thinking about. But yeah, they're wrist. You know, we have different size wristbands and so on that you can wear. It's got scalar in it, and then we have phone chips that go on your phone. You know, so that you can keep the EMFs from your phone affecting your body. Dog
with
collars.
With the 5G, that's such, you know, that's very prominent in our climate right now.
Absolutely.
Are we needing to go on break?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Vince has been like, shut up already. Okay, we got to take a break.
We'll be back.
We'll continue in just a moment.
Edge Radio TV is holding auditions for new show hosts. Are you a subject matter expert, professional, influencer, book author, thought leader, or business owner with an educational or motivational platform? Then we want to meet you. Send a link of some of your work to edgeradio20@gmail.com and be sure to put audition in the subject line. Join the Edge Radio TV family. Edge TV, because truth still matters.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Welcome back to Women's Empowerment here on Edge Radio TV Network. I have Guy Douglas here, and on the line we have Dr. Harris, and he's got some things to do this afternoon. I heard you have a seminar you're going to go speak at, but I just wanted to ask you to elaborate on any other information that you think will be beneficial for our audience to hear before I cut you loose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think number one, what you guys are doing is fantastic. Health is all about empowerment. And what I always tell people is no one can fix you unless you're willing to fix yourself. And the products that we have, the supplements, they are a step in getting you holistically thinking about your health and about your wellness. And again, what I want to just harp back on is the quality and the research that goes into our products. We've even done research where we have surveys that tell you exactly how much of our product we think that you should take based upon your symptoms in our research. So that's really what separates us, the difference in where our heart and our passions are. You know, I never thought I'd be a guy who made money off supplements. I started a supplement company so people would have access to high quality, effective supplements, because that's what I really care about, is effective natural therapies.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I know. Thank you.
There's nothing like a good pharmaceutical grade vitamin. People,
I'm
there
just
is a
saying.
difference. There's
Yes.
a
Oh,
total
absolutely.
difference.
Yes.
It depreciates a long time. That shelf life
Yes.
goes away. You never really know what you're getting. It's really, really important to, if you're going to spend your money, to get a good pharmaceutical grade vitamin for sure. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Harris, for your
Dr.
time.
Harris.
I hope you go kill it at that seminar. Go
Yes.
educate more peeps.
We're
We'll
rooting
see-
for you.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you tonight.
Oh yeah, and tonight Dr. Harris is going to be here at Midtown Bar and Grill at 415 West Gray at 7 p.m. So you guys can meet this genius live. He's going to be educating everybody and going a little bit more elaborate on what the benefits are for these supplements. So if you guys want to come meet the brain behind the bronze, come up here to
Nice.
Midtown Bar and Grill tonight and eat some good grub too.
It's
They're-
very good.
Ask Brooke, she loves her
I
food.
love it all. All of it. The bacon is awesome.
All right. We'll see you later,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Harris.
Bye,
Harris.
doctor.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
All right, so we always like to put Brooke on the hot seat. So Guy over here is going to
Always.
do a demonstration on the scalar energy on Brooke. So
Okay. Tell me
Okay.
what to do.
Well, first of all, let me explain that scalar energy, you know, some things I like to make sure I explain. You know, we're not doing magic.
Right.
Although sometimes it may appear and look that way by what we're doing, but we'll kind of do some demonstration. We'll do a couple of demonstrations and then we'll kind of explain why that happens, etc.
Okay.
nice.
All right. So
Let's do this.
what I'm going to do is move
Don't
this
break
chair.
her.
No, I won't. I won't. Now, first of all, I'm wearing.
You want to
scalar
step in
energy.
front of the podium? Step right in front
Want
so they
right
can
in
see you
front,
guys
me?
better. Yeah. Yeah.
No, no.
Oh no,
you
y'all
step-
can stay back there.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No, no.
See how skinny she
Wait,
is?
wait, you didn't step over. There
Thank
go.
you.
All right.
I got it.
Okay, now we got it.
Okay. I've got to take mine off
Oh.
because I'm going to be touching you,
Yeah.
so I don't want you to.
Already have it on me?
Yes. So we'll do a couple of things. First, while I'm thinking ahead, do you still have anything in that drink?
Yes.
Okay, good. We'll use that in a little bit.
Okay.
What I want you to do first, is I want you to put your arm straight to your side like a T. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down. But as I push down, you resist me.
Okay.
Okay. You see how you're resisting
Yeah.
me? All right. I want you to do that, but I want you to lift your right leg.
Oh.
I'll help you with your balance. lift your right leg. Okay. Now I got your balance.
Okay.
Now resist me as I push down. You ready?
Oh, God.
Ready, go.
Oh,
Okay. So how's that feel? That feels
pressure.
impossible.
Yes.
Okay. Resist me.
I'm
Okay, so you keep putting your leg down, right?
I do.
All right.
I do.
Now, what I want you to do is just hold that.
Okay.
Okay. Put your arms back out to your side. Lift your leg. Now I'm going to push down. You resist me again. Okay.
Okay. Oh my God! No way! I'm not even making this up.
Okay. So you can feel it. Now, if I take this away from you,
I know.
if I take that away from you, you put your arms back out. You lift your leg. I'm going to push down.
I'm not making this up. This is real.
Yeah.
Do it.
It's science.
I want to put it down.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to do. We're going to do a couple of other things. We have time for that? I want to
Do
do
time?
something. Okay. So here's what I want to do. we're talking about EMFs, which are electromagnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
Those are man-made frequencies from our cell phones, microwaves, etc. Okay. Well, this is the way I feel. First of all, scalar energy was not invented; it was discovered. It's in the environment, just like we have gravity. Okay, gravity is part of what makes this Earth function. So is scalar energy and negative ions. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what I want to do is I want you to understand that the EMFs that come from our cell phone are really strong, very powerful. They deplete our energy, as Dr. Harris mentioned, that we have like little cells.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. What I want to do is I want you to grab your cell phone. Well, put your cell phone close by.
Okay.
And then grab a hold of your drink and put that close by as well. Now, just for argument's sake, I want to see what make sure you still don't have any scalar in here. Let's do that one more time. Lift your leg. Now I'm going to push down and you resist me. Okay, so it seems impossible, right?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm putting this wristband right here on your drink. Okay? And I just want to stir this around in there for a little bit. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is I just want to take a sip. Okay, you got a sip? Put your arms back out. Lift your leg and resist me.
What? My God, this is real, y'all.
Okay, so when I mentioned we were talking about doing ingestibles, now grab your cell phone.
Superwoman.
Open it. Unlock your phone.
Okay. There we go.
Put it to your head. Put it down. Put your arms back out. Lift your leg. Resist me.
This is ridiculous.
Your phone took it away.
Right. So
I
the EMFs
swear.
of the phone take that right away. Okay. And so we just try to show you. Oh, it's as real as can be.
No, I didn't make any of that. That actually happened.
Right.
As soon as I'm.
So to me, scalar energy. Here's how I word it. We have a God-made frequency that's protecting us against man-made frequencies. Because the man-made frequencies is what's bad for us. Right? So our Wi-Fi, so we have wristbands, but we have chips that go on your phone, on your laptops. When people go to my house, they're everywhere. They're on back. I kind of like TV in my house. I got
Same.
I got 8 TVs in my house, right?
Oh, I
so
thought I was bad.
I've got a chip on every television. I've got a chip on my Wi-Fi box. I got a chip on my router box. I got a chip on my cable box.
Wow.
I've got them everywhere. I got them on my microwave.
Yeah.
One of the worst things for you is your microwave
Yeah.
oven. Okay. And we always tell people, if you're going to use it, stay 6 feet away.
Yeah.
Don't stand right in front of it because it really is. Those are bad.
I'm really bad about that when I'm cooking.
I'm hungry, so I'm like, hurry up.
So that's just to give you an idea of some of the
so
demonstration. You know what? We'll do one more demonstration
Okay,
just because I want to show you
so
something
cool.
else.
Make her stand on her head.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Hey.
So we're not. What I'm going to do is now we're not even going to talk about scalar for a minute because we just talked about how bad EMFs are, right? So here's what I want to do. You don't have to do any balancing.
Okay.
But I just want you to take whichever arm you want and put it right out in front of you. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down and you just resist me.
Okay.
Now I should win because
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just want you to do your best. When I say 3, you go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I'm feeling her strength.
Yeah.
You can feel.
I can feel yours.
Okay. What I want you to do is grab your cell phone with your hand. You grab it and put it on your chest, right over your heart.
Oh, that's never good.
Okay. Now put your hand out again, and now when I say 3, you resist me. 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, she's something out. Visually, you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
She can feel it.
I can feel it. It's less power. Like I'm less powerful.
Absolutely. Now, if you did it with my phone.
Yeah. Oh, you got a chip in this?
Yeah. Hold that on your chest. Put your arm out. Resist me as hard as you can. Oh, all of a sudden, her strength is back.
What?
Actually, you felt stronger.
I was stronger.
Yeah, you felt stronger.
I felt stronger. Wow. I feel like it was
right. So on my phone,
she's done
I've
for the day.
I've got a total of 20,000 negative ions.
Oh my
right?
God.
So I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting you. Anybody who's around my actual cell phone.
Wow, that's so neat. I mean, I can feel the difference when I have this and then when I have your bracelet.
Well,
and that's just rubber. Well, I mean, that's not rubber,
and
but
one
you
of the
know,
things though that's
wow.
important to understand is I get hit with different things all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I get hit with is, oh, I've seen something similar to that. And I ask them, was it scalar energy? No, it wasn't called that. Now, just because I don't want to, bash any people from the past, but there was a guy who, he did a major contract with a professional league, right? Specifically the NBA. And he made like $500 million by selling them on this idea of having these wristbands, and every player got this. And it was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay? And all the players got them and so on and so forth. Well, they didn't call it scalar energy. They called it a holographic technology. They had these little silver stickers.
Oh, I remember.
Well, but it turned out to be a fraud,
yeah.
right?
I
It
remember
wasn't
that.
real.
It wasn't
so
real.
the guy actually, I know he was sued for
Yeah.
a lot of money. And I don't know if he actually went to prison over it, but I do know that he was sued and he went bankrupt the whole 9 yards. And so my point is, there's a lot of things out there that people may know of or heard of. This is as real gets, right? So scalar energy is real. It's been discovered back in the 1800s. Scalar energy has been talked about by Nikola Tesla. Even Albert Einstein talked about and said that scalar energy exists.
Wow.
So it's just pretty amazing technology and all the uses for it, right? And so just that little demonstration. So people ask also, well, how did I get it in your drink?
Right.
So when we think of a frequency, we think of a radio wave, right? And that's typically what a frequency is. Well, scalar is not a wave in that same fashion, okay? They call it a static energy. So think of it more as a smoke, right? So it hovers. So whatever the charge is, like the charge here, it hovers within 6 inches to 8 inches of the actual item, okay? And so it works a little differently than a regular wavelength. And so, and I'm kind of going against my own judgment sometimes, because our vice president of the company, Derek Bain, he is really into, I mean, of course he's into scalar, but he goes way out in the left field a lot of times. And I always tell him, Derek, don't do that. People don't get it. It's hard to accept. Well, I'm going to explain one of the things that we do. So scalar, if he was listening right now, which I'm sure he might even be watching online, he's going to be going, "Oh, guy's doing it now." So, but when it comes to scalar energy, there's a lot of benefits by it. It's just not about better balance and all that other stuff. It's about a healthy charge to your body. Number one. Number two, it helps with pain. Anything that you would typically use an Advil for or an aspirin, we use scalar energy.
Oh.
So if I have a headache, now there's another product called a scalar pen or wand, and so it looks like a pen, but it's got crystals and minerals in it along with the actual scalar energy. So we'll put that and wave that in the area that's hurting. We've actually done it on people who sprained an ankle, right? And we've seen the swelling go down like almost instantly. Now it doesn't mean it's not
right, not broken
right.
or sprained. Yeah.
So
my mom's been getting pain at night, like in her hands. I'd like to see if that would work on her.
Yeah.
She's been debilitated. She can't even get her dishes out of the dishwasher.
Right. No. And so what I
Really
tell
bad.
people is, don't think that if I just wear a wristband, for example, oh, I got a bad knee, so I'm going to wear a wristband.
And it'll be good.
No. You got to put it directly on the area. Okay. So here's the thing I'm going to blow your mind with. And then when I say this to people, they go, wait a minute. And then when I explain it, they go, well, wait a minute, that makes sense.
Right.
So we were in a situation one time where one of our distributors called us and was trying to do a demonstration, and for some reason it wasn't coming out right. So we were on the phone and we just told him, we said, okay, here's what we want you to do. He said, let's FaceTime each other. And what I want you to do is, let me see what you're doing. We corrected what he was doing and said, okay, now go ahead, put his arms to the side. Go ahead and put the pressure on his arm. We did that. And the guy kept losing his balance. And then we said, okay, hand him the cell phone. Right? Hand him the cell phone. Well, what we were doing was we then took the wand and on our end, Okay, we're in San Antonio. These people are in New Jersey. On our end, we took the wand and we're doing this to our cell phone during FaceTime. Okay, as he was holding the other's phone over there, right, in New Jersey. And all of a sudden, his holding's strong.
What?
So that's what everybody says. I love that reaction.
That's
everybody says that's crazy.
I believe
but
it,
now, here's the technology behind it. And as soon as I say this, people go, "Well, that makes sense."
Well, hold on, but don't elaborate. Do we need to go on another break? Are we good?
We're good.
Go. Okay.
Just
keep going.
Okay, I was gonna say just my answer is pretty quick to this. So when you're on the cell phone, right, you have all the confidence in the world that I'm gonna call you in another city, another country, and when I call you, there's only gonna be what, a 1 second delay, maybe, right? Because what's happening? The cell phone has a frequency, and that frequency is going to a tower, to a satellite, to another tower, to the phone, right? So that's what your voice is following. When we put scalar energy on the phone, it's following the same frequency your voice is following.
Wow.
Right? So when you think about that, that makes logical sense. My voice can get there. Why can't scalar? Scalar works, actually moves faster than the speed of light, right? So it all makes sense.
I believe it. It happened to me. Just wasn't on the phone in New Jersey, San Antonio. So I believe it. I mean, and I remember whenever you were on our show, Oscar, you did it too. It was great.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff, and you know it does make for a great show. But I'll be honest with you, I don't go anywhere without it. I mean, I always have it on. I usually I usually have them on my ankles. I don't have them today because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of demonstrations, so I don't want to keep taking it off. But well, thank you. She likes my socks.
I like your socks.
So I wear one on each ankle.
That's really cool.
We've done other tests. We've actually went into the weight room. My son is a personal trainer, and so we went into the weight room, and we took a free bar. Now, normally I work out on machines, not a free weight, and we put 175 pounds. And I'm thinking that's not going to be a problem because on machines I'm doing 260, 270, right? You know, and I got that bar, and the idea was, okay, I'm going to do 10 reps. Well, I got to 8 reps, and my son had to help me. Right? He had to help me get the last one up. We couldn't do the last 2. Put it down. We waited 5 minutes. I went ahead and I put wristbands on both arms. After I put them on. Waited 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Went back. We put 200 pounds. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I did 200 pounds, and I did 12 reps.
Wow.
So again, all it's doing, right, is protecting my body from those EMFs that are attacking it and bringing my charge down, and the scalar energy is bringing my charge back up. That's really all that's happening.
Love it. I mean, it's interesting for sure. I can feel the difference.
Fighting off microscopic pollutants in the air, basically.
Protecting you.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So you can get more information on the website, and the website you can go to is edge.perfecthealthforlife.com, and the 4 is number 4. So edge.perfecthealthforlife.com.
And you guys can come up here at Midtown Bar and Grill at 7 o'clock tonight.
That's going to
be
fun.
A party.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to be fun is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, "Hey, I saw that, and I want you to do the demonstration."
Oh, yeah, you're going to be a busy man.
They will.
Oh, yeah.
Just all you have to do is give them the wristband like you do me, and push their arm down once or twice, and they'll be like, I got it.
And this originated from the guy that who started this? Who
started the company?
The company, yes.
Well, no, our company was started by our founder for a whole nother reason. Our founder is Amanda Hopkins. She'll be here tonight as well. She has a very, you talk about a crazy story, but she had a brain injury. And when I say brain injury, she could not walk. You have to understand, I think she's 37, but I met her a few years ago. She was like 33, 34. You would have thought she had a stroke or Parkinson's or both, because she couldn't walk without a cane. She talked like she had a stroke. She struggled. You couldn't understand her when she spoke. She's on permanent disability, and she started doing a lot of our holistic type of supplements, and her whole life was turned around. So when you see her today, you'd never know she has a brain injury.
Wow.
I
That's
love
crazy.
stories
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think I've seen her video when she was in the midst of like
Oh, yeah.
true depreciation. Her
Yeah.
quality of life was
Yeah.
completely
Wow.
depleted. Yeah, and she's really changed it around.
Right. Well,
It's
and for
crazy.
me, I had my own health issues that I was concerned with, and really, basically, what happened was I was just instrumental on putting a product and the company together, and I was going to kind of bow out because I do other things as an entrepreneur, but they kept asking me to come back and consult and help and so on. So the more I kept getting involved, it's like,
Might as well just dive
Yeah,
in full
yeah,
force.
well, 3 years later, now I'm president and CEO of the company. So
Gotta love that. You go.
it's-
Gotta love
it's
that.
been- It's been an interesting, fun ride, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Great. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely.
You guys come on up tonight, 7 p.m., Midtown Bar and Grill, 415 West Gray. Talk to Dr. Harris. Meet Guy Douglas. Look at his socks.
They're awesome. They're awesome. I know socks. Okay.
That's funny.
Thank you guys for staying tuned to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network, where Brooke never disappoints. You guys catch us next Friday.
See
Bye.
y'all. Bye.